Hey!
Hey!
What are we gonna do in this video?
We're gonna look at some holdback ball pythons.
What are those?
Holdback ball pythons are ball pythons that we're either holding back because we want to see them get a little bit of size and then decide if we're gonna sell them or not, or we want to hold them back to breed in the future.
That's pretty neat. You picked out the 10?
I did. It's actually 11. I couldn't decide
it's 11?
on one of them. Yeah.
I might cut out one of them. I don't know.
No, that's all right. You do what you want.
All right. Enjoy this video.
Yeah, do that. Like, subscribe. Go to Twitch. Damn it! Don't be a piece of.
Wait a minute. Here it is. It's there, and boom!
Boom.
There we go. That's cool.
So this snake just has a lot of stuff going on with it, and we definitely want to plug this back into some projects, try to prove out that orange dream. I think there's going to be orange dream in this, but only time will tell. So this is an animal that right out of the egg, we're like, we're going to keep this back regardless of if it's male or female.
What does proving it mean? You guys are always saying we gotta prove this out. What does that mean?
Yeah, so when you get an animal that's got this many genes, we're literally talking about, okay, I think I'm seeing this gene in there, so we're going to prove it out. We're going to breed it to something that's going to help us figure out if it actually does have those genes in there. All right, so this is a double beast. So this is another fantastic odium combo. So a lot of the stuff that we're holding back this year is odium stuff just because we're still working on this gene, discovering new things with this gene. So the double beast is a really cool combo that when they hatch, you can still kind of see it. These darker kind of circles here, they have like a greenish tint to them. When they first hatch, they're actually pretty vibrantly green, and then they kind of fade out a little bit as they get older. So this is going to be a holdback. We produced a few of these this year, and they make some killer babies, so we just keep these back because they make cool stuff. Woo!
What's this guy?
All right, so sometimes a holdback is not necessarily always something that's brand new or crazy genetically, but it's something that we're putting into another project. So this is an Enchi Ferno fader, but it's also 100% het for clown. So this is now an animal that, besides being an Enchi Ferno fader that makes it valuable to us, this being 100% het clown means that we can start throwing this to some of our clown combo females and making some extra crazy animals, hidden gene Woma clown, Enchi clown, Inferno clown, all that kind of stuff. So we now have all these possibilities with this little guy right here. This thing's got a lot going on.
Oh, but it's in blue, dude.
It's in blue, but check out how cool it still looks. All right, you ready? I'm reading the tag here. This is Enchi Special Yellow Belly Odium Fader Pied Plus.
Yeah, it looks pretty sweet even though it's in shed.
It is pretty freaking sweet. This girl, look at that. Let's just stretch her out a little bit so you can see all the pied. So in shed, you see all those oranges here, so imagine her out of shed. This animal is insane.
Jeremy doesn't get excited about a lot. You can tell. Snakes excite him.
They do. Come on, man. Look at that. That's just silly.
All right, we got it.
So this is an eraser head, hidden gene Woma, fire, Enchi, orange dream, yellow belly, pied. So there's obviously a lot happening with this snake here, and it's a very low white animal, but this thing is a genetic powerhouse. And
a genetic powerhouse.
Yeah. A lot
the
of
guts you have to say that.
Come on. That's, you know how many other people say that?
Do they really?
Yeah.
Well, we should say something better.
Like what?
I don't know. I'll think about it though. Like, definitely.
It's a phenotypic phenom.
It's a genetic nightmare. I don't know.
That too. But that's a really cool snake. That's a really cool looking snake. All right, so this is a Mojave Odium red stripe combo. There's probably a couple of other genes in the mix there, but so this is an example of like a newer, could be potentially brand new genetic combo of ball python. So it's something that we want to hold back and explore. a little bit more, throw like the Hidden Gene Woma stuff into that. See what this looks like in like the Beast and Double Beast complexes. See what we get with that. But that's a really unique looking snake. It definitely has odium. We can see that, but it almost looks, I don't even really know how to describe it. Almost distorted just a little bit.
It looks distorted? That's what you're going for?
I don't know. I don't even think that's the right word. It's got a weird look to it.
All right. That's enough.
It's 100% heifer volcano, though.
Wait, show the belly.
Boom!
Oh, there's nothing there.
There's nothing there.
Ah.
That's a looking snake right there. Good?
Good, yeah, we're good.
All right, this is a pastel Hidden Gene Woma Enchi Yellow Belly Fader Odium combo. This is another example of a brand new mutation. Not really sure why it's doing what it's doing as far as the crazy reduced pattern. Something you might think it's super Enchi almost, but it's not super Enchi. It's really, really unique looking animal. A lot of white tipping along the black pattern, which is pretty interesting.
White tipping?
Yeah, so you just see how it's got that white outline around the black there. It's pretty interesting, and then we're starting to get some flecking, some black flecking in the yellows.
Are you just making shit up? Is that real?
No, it's real.
Flecking. Flecks, you mean like little flecks of black?
Yeah, look at that, Donny's picking it up.
Scientific.
Yeah, we're freaking ball pythons, dude.
Get out. Just get out of my shot.
I'm the star! Damn it!
100%. That's real though. Yeah.
Alright, so this is a Coral Glow, Pastel, Hidden Gene Woma, Lucifer, Enchi, Fader, Odium. So, another ridiculous combo. I'd like to roll around in its poop. We just cleaned it off a little bit. A couple spots.
We're not supposed to tell them that.
Sorry.
We want them to think that they're beautiful.
That one dot, there we go. You can just edit that out.
No.
No?
I mean, I edit stuff, but I leave that kind of stuff in.
Oh, damn it.
Yes. What's so special with this snake?
This is just a really insane combo. So when we get this Lucifer Coral Glow stuff happening, we get a lot of, and this is a poor example of it, believe it or not, but we get all this like watermark effect almost in the white here. We have a couple of other ones of these upstairs that are a way better example of it, but they're in shed, which is why I didn't bring them down. But man, this is really, really cool. And check out that head. Ooh.
Show me your head. There we go.
Just a really cool, basically almost patternless
Kevin would have had this head right in front of my camera right now. No, well, that's not what you know what I mean. Yeah.
But this is just a really, really cool animal. So with the Lucifer and stuff in there, it's only going to get better as it ages. So this is something that we definitely want to see as it gets older, but we definitely want to be able to breed it as well.
Okay.
All right, so this is like a calico-y, inferno-y thing. So we don't really know what's going on with this snake, but it looks awesome. We, of course, know the pairing, obviously. So we have an idea of what it is. It's certainly got pastel, calico, certainly some fader in there as well, some yellow belly. But, I mean, that's a crazy-looking ball python. So this is definitely one we want to see as it gets older, but certainly something we want to breed and see how this is going to influence offspring. So that's just a really cool-looking snake. The yellow is very muted. Along the back, you can kind of just see it. But, I mean, it's really that almost like jumbled puzzle look. And it's on both sides, which is really cool. This is just a really interesting looking ball python. I remember seeing this thing in the egg, and I was like, what the heck is that? So, super cool. Talk about polygenics and polymorphism, like just the ability to see various traits expressed, but looking so very different from one another.
Okay. Got it.
Sweet.
Yep.
All right, so we've showed this snake off before. I believe Kevin has. So this is an Enchi Super Inferno Fader, but it's also 100% het clown. So this is just another one of those things we're holding back to throw into the clown project, and we can produce a whole bunch of awesome things with this. So the fact that it's Super Inferno means there's super pastel, so at the very least everything we produce out of a clutch from this animal will be pastel, which is always nice. This animal, you can kind of still see they look more pink now, but these flames here were like orange when this thing came out of the egg. So it's unfortunately already kind of dulling out a little bit, but it's still a very, very impressive animal. And we're just really kind of scratching the surface. Het Clown is really interesting because it tends to brighten things up and make things a little bit cleaner. So if you think about an Enchi Ferno, which we did look at one a little bit earlier in the video, that was also Het Clown. It looked very clean, very precise. So now we're just kind of throwing some more in that, but we're still getting that really bright, clean looking animal. So really interesting to see, even just with Het Clown, how these animals are looking. Look at that little guy.
Okay.
All right, so here we have at least a Super Pastel Enchi Orange Dream Lesser. There's probably a few other things happening with this animal, but just take a look at that. I mean, it's a white-ish snake, obviously. Looked a little bit more lavender when it was in the egg. It's gone through a couple of sheds. It's still quite a small animal. It came out of a smaller egg. But man, it's just really interesting how we start off with this neck stripe, and then it pretty much fades into nothing, which is cool. So we get a lot of fader stuff with this animal. So this is just going to be a really awesome animal just to watch grow up. Of course, from a breeding standpoint, there's some great stuff happening here, but just the overall look of this animal is absolutely amazing, and it'll be really great to see this thing grow up.